All right, we're live.
No, that's not the review, right? Was it?
No, it's not the review yet, but we got
Could
time.
be.
Is this thing on?
Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Wish You Were a Beer Show. Thank you so much, as always, for stopping by. This is a weekly beer review show that we do every Thursday night here at 8 p.m. Eastern. We stream it through YouTube, Facebook, the artist formerly known as Twitter. We haven't figured out how to stream it through Instagram yet, correct? That's a thing?
Yeah, that's a thing, but it takes a lot more. There's a whole technique to it. It ain't that easy, but I'll figure it out. Really.
Yeah. Okay. You don't have to figure it out. I don't like Zuckerberg anyway. The show canceled.
I mean,
Lights went out somehow.
We're already streaming on Facebook, and that's his OG.
He owns Facebook? Fuck. Okay. If you're unfamiliar with the show, again, we do it every week. You can find all of our social media links down at the bottom there and also in the About section. So make sure you follow us anywhere you can get us. Instagram's where we spend a lot of time. We're really blowing up on TikTok. Phil was recently at Treehouse, posted a video that has literally the views. I don't even know how to count that high, the views on them.
I know. So. TikTok shut down. They literally closed for like an hour because they couldn't handle how many views it was getting.
Crashed the internet.
TikTok was like, Phil, and
I own TikTok now. I had so many views. Yeah.
Oh, I think you own a shirt for them, but that's about it.
Got a dinosaur on it.
Cheer me, Grub.
Hello.
What is up, buddy? Sorry. Yes, someone is here, Vero. We're literally doing the show. No, but find all of our social medias down at the bottom of the page there. You can also visit our website up at the top, wishyourbeershow.com. That has a catalog of our old episodes, has a wonderful merch store. It's got some beer blogs and some other things that we do throughout the show. So if you ever need to find us and you don't have social media because you're my age, wishyourbeershow.com is probably
Pointing
the easiest.
to the wrong location.
No, it's right there.
It's this way.
No, it's right. Oh, that's Phil.
Yep.
Oh,
wait.
That's all right.
It's over here is the website.
There is a good reason I'm not a weather person because...
And that's the only one.
That's the only one because I fucking know
Phil
what
and
6
I
inches
high
is.
five.
Oh.
Have we ever tried? We haven't even tried a high. Yay.
Oh, that actually hurt my head a little bit, just seeing that happen from this perspective and that perspective.
Because I'm going opposite.
Ugh.
Yeah.
God, I hate it. We do have a big show for you guys tonight, but as always, I am Daniel. This is Tiffany. That is Phil. Phil, we've missed you the past couple of weeks. I know you've been doing a lot of traveling. It is great to have you back. Where the fuck are you? Actually, I don't even know.
New York City right now.
Oh, good Lord.
I know. It's a tough spot to be.
No tits, Kevin says. Yes. Well, I mean, there's some, but me and Phil, not so much.
Well,
over age 35. Everyone's got them.
No, I was there's supposed to be some winter coming in here this week, and I'm supposed to go back to the island this weekend, but I think my flight's going to be moved, so we'll see. But I am happy to be back. I'm here for the first show of the new year.
Yeah, for sure. I'm a little upset that you doubted my ability to do Kahoot last week in your beer review, but that's fine.
Did you end up doing it?
Of course not. You didn't watch it?
I mean, you didn't do it. I know.
You son of a bitch. You're not here for 2 weeks and you didn't even watch the damn episode?
I watched the part where you talked about me. That's about it. I read the dialogue and I found my name and just went to those minutes.
God, that makes good sense.
Yeah.
You can read dialogue on this show?
You know, you'll learn eventually.
I might be in trouble. I didn't realize that was being calculated.
Transcripts.
We are going to be playing a little trivia tonight. So if you are interested in playing along with us, it's going to be a little further into the show, but hit up kahoot.it or use the Kahoot app with the PIN number right there.
Yeah, and we'll leave that up for a few so you can keep track of it if you're Andy and Katie, because I know you guys normally are pretty slow on the internet stuff. What?
They're way behind.
Way behind.
Yeah.
Phil, are you even drinking a beer on the show? Have you drank a beer since you've been gone?
Right now I'm having a hop water, and then I've got a beer for the show, which is what we're doing tonight. So
Nice. Okay. Where'd you get the hop water?
from the fridge. It's really, really good. It's Hoplark.
The look around is so confusing.
I was looking for the can. I was like, I know there's a can here somewhere. It's delightful.
God, I love it. This is exactly it. Basically, dial up. True story. Maybe heard the rumor about Kahoot. I just couldn't miss it. I love it. So again, we are going to be doing trivia here shortly. We have a guest on the show tonight that is not associated with the beer we're having on the show, which is one thing that we're going to look at doing with some regularity. We reach out to these breweries that we have every week, and some of them are gracious enough to be on the show. Some of them, the schedules don't line up. They don't respond at all. They send us the middle finger. It's a
really a
litany of
sliding
options.
scale.
Yeah.
It's mostly middle fingers, though.
Mostly middle fingers, but this week they just actually couldn't be on the show. So we are having a beer from Ithaca Beer Company out of New York, but we do have a guest on the show tonight to talk about really just the two shirts that Tiffany and I are wearing, but we decided to let him hang out with us regardless. So I don't know. Phil, I hear you have a new special guest intro.
I was getting so many complaints about my special guest intro that I went ahead and made a new one.
It was just Daniel. Daniel's complaining.
Here to please Daniel.
Roll your new Oktoberfest intro, I guess.
There you go.
And yeah, is that me? Two things real quick. Phil, it's a beautiful intro. It's so much better than the old one. I really appreciate that. I can't believe it took you 2 weeks being off on the show to make that one intro, but
so up to date.
Yeah, it's so up to date. Tonight we have a guest with us. This is Twan. He owns 1700 Brewing. They're out of Newport News, Virginia. He also owns the Brew and Bottle Shop that's connected to the same brewery that is a homebrew store where you can get all your grains, all your brewing material for brewing at home as well. Hops, sure, that's a given. But we wanted to bring Twan on the show tonight because you guys have an anniversary coming up.
That's right. Yeah. This Saturday we are celebrating our anniversary. Our real anniversary happened sort of in November, but kick off the new year with a 2-year anniversary party.
And that's so it is 2 years, right?
2 years, yeah.
Okay. Because I was talking to somebody about it today, and I was like, I don't think it's been 2 years, and they kept correcting me on it. I think it was your wife, and I was like, trust me, I would know.
He's good at correcting people, especially me.
So what's the plan for the anniversary? What do you guys got going on at the brewery? I know the weather's going to be somewhat shit.
Yeah, so we're sort of taking that into account. We got a couple music acts. Ben Long's going to come in and open up the show, and then we got Four Letter Word Trio coming in, which they're going to play, the best of the '90s grunge, which we always love. And then we're releasing a new beer, which we released the first one today, another one tomorrow, another one Saturday, or another 2 Saturday actually. So 4 beers. We're just going to celebrate and party like we always do, and just look forward to the new year.
Nice. What beers you released today?
So today we released Contact Right, which is our 13% Belgium stout. And then we released F&G freaking new beer. It's just
you can say fucking, it's the internet.
Yeah. Fucking new beer, overly hopped, hazy IPA. And then tomorrow, not a lot of folks around here right now that are going to come by, but we got. You never know. Yeah, well, it's okay that they know, but Oreo Stout we got coming out tomorrow probably, and then we have another hazy IPA that's coming out, and then we got a couple more favorites that we might put back on for the back steps. So yeah.
Now,
are you allowed to say Oreo Stout?
Oh, maybe not. cookies and cream.
A chocolate
Cookies and cream.
Cookies and cream.
Now, for the record, I was by the brewery today, and I did have a taster of your ambiguously cookies and cream Oreo stout. Did you actually put cookies into that brew?
Yeah, so I crushed up 8 boxes of Oreos, and
chocolate cookie. Chocolate
Cookie.
excuse me. Yeah, I'm sorry. I crushed up 8 boxes of those little sandwich cookies. And the story behind that is, it was going to be another holiday stout because we have Santa Wears Combat Boots, which is our peppermint stout. And we was going to have a version 2 of it, which was going to be a cookie Christmas stout. And so I bought all these cookies and I tasted it, and because it had red filling, so I was like, okay, that's going to have some Christmas flavors. No, it's just a plain cookie with dyed cream in the middle. So I ended up throwing the cookies in the stout, and now we're just having a cookie stout.
And now it's a red velvet cookie stout.
Yeah, it's got a little redness to it.
Not the velvet part, just red.
Yeah. not too much velvety, but
that was just
it tastes pretty good nonetheless. I like the way it turned out, but
yeah. I had a quick sample of it, and it was really dangerously good. So I'm looking forward to getting a full pour of it. You guys are doing a small merch release for this weekend, which Tiffany and I are very excited about. If you haven't noticed,
it looks very good on you guys.
God. So this may be the best, I don't want to say anniversary shirt, but more just advertising shirt in the history of advertising shirts for breweries. So basically they took 2 of their negative reviews, one from Yelp and one from Untappd. I'm wearing the Untappd version. Tiffany's wearing the Yelp version. Yep. And actually printed them off on shirts that will be for sale this weekend.
They will be.
And if you're unfamiliar with Untappd, we use it here for the show quite a bit. But it also gets a lot of backlash by people who don't know anything about beer. And I don't like let's say a wit beer.
Yeah.
Not really my style, but I'm going to rate it anyway and just bash the brewery. Yeah. So this is a pure example of it. So this is the actual screenshot from Untappd.
Yep.
And it's the Who You Wit beer.
Susan J is one of our favorites.
Yeah.
Who You Wit, probably your mistress, tastes like sloppy seconds. Meh at best.
Yeah, meh at best. Absolutely.
Now,
quarter stars.
Granted, I hate that beer as well, but I'm just kidding. This one, though, is the winner. This is the Yelp review one here. And it's 1 star on Yelp. And it says
you can't give it lower on Yelp.
You can't give it lower. Yeah. So she had to commit to 1 star.
That's right. Yeah.
It says service sucks and the beer is not good. Ambiance is crap. The owners are douchebags. Don't go there.
So that sums it up.
The crazy part for me is honestly, I love these shirts so much in the sense that if I saw someone wearing this shirt, I'd be like, wherever the fuck that is, I'm going now. Yeah. Like I have to find out.
On the bad side, though, I now want to write negative reviews and hoping to get onto the next shirt. So it's gonna backfire as well.
Yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen. But we had to do something.
Phil will be reviewing your beers very shortly. Extremely negative. He may be under a pen name. It'll be Bill Frown. Kaniel Dar will be commenting beneath.
Yeah, Kaniel Dar has already graced us with his presence and his negative reviews.
I love it. So 2nd anniversary, it's going to be an all-day shindig, 4 beer releases, which is great. I love that Jeremy claims 1,700 in the house.
I think he's talking about 1.
It looks like he thinks he's 1,700.
He might be still at the brewery right now.
That's a strong possibility.
Yeah.
Cheers, Jeremy.
Strong
Yeah,
possibility. So a big weekend. It's always a weird weekend early in the year like this, like January. There's a lot of people doing dry January. It's historically a slower time for breweries across the board. Is there a reason why you chose January versus your actual soft opening date to do the anniversary?
Well, yeah. So November was our soft opening, and if you were there, that month, we bought out another brewery. So that month we used to get rid of their beer.
Yep.
And so we really don't consider that our grand openings, because as of January 1st, or I think at the time it was like January the 6th, 8th it was, I think it was. So January 6th, we finally had all of our beer on tap, and that's when we made it going to be our grand opening. And so that's the biggest reason, really. The second is, kick off the year. We don't do a New Year's party. So, kick off the new year right, do a big party, like we always like to do. And then, December, January, February is supposed to be like slow season for breweries. And, we want to counteract that with, celebration.
I think that's fair. And I agree with Trey. I think I got rid of a fair amount of your old beer, and that's fine. That's fine.
That was Canyel Dar, actually.
That was Canyel Dar. Kim, love the shirts. The girls at 1,700 are very helpful and polite now, actually.
I did not tell them to do that, by the way. But I appreciate it. They want good reviews. They don't want bad reviews.
I love it. Phil's going to leave a lot of negative reviews. I can't fix that.
I can't.
All right, so we got to get into the beer that we're doing on the show. Twan, you going to hang around?
I will definitely hang around. You didn't give me the beer that you guys are reviewing, so I'm going to drink some of our neighbors' beer and enjoy it with you guys.
You have a neighbor that brews beer as well?
Yeah, our Newport News neighbor.
Oh, Coastal.
Oh,
okay, yeah. We know Coastal. Yeah.
We know Coastal.
Fuck.
And I'm drinking out of another neighbor's glass, so
you're covering the spread.
And I'm drinking out of the neighbor's glass too.
There we go.
I don't know if you can see it.
And I am here as well.
And I was there too. No, but let's pour this beer so we can make sure we get a good review.
We are gonna play trivia. So again, we talked about it earlier in the show. The pin for Kahoot is down at the bottom. So if you go to kahoot.it, put in that pin, you can play trivia with us. Or if you have the app, which is a little bit smoother and quicker. There's a little bit of a delay on the trivia, so don't cuss at us like it's not a third-party app. We are doing a different beer tonight than anyone has mentioned yet, and Tiffany knows everything about it. Go.
Yeah. So this is by Ithaca Beer Company. It's called Fuggly Sweater. It's dark lager, brewed with ginger, cloves, nutmeg, and cinnamon. So closing out the holiday season with one more final Christmassy holiday. Whatever,
well, I think cold
sweater.
Season in general. So like, where we're at, and Phil, you're currently in New York as well. I think cold weather leads to a lot of these like spiced dark lagers, stouts. Like that's kind of the season you drink a lot of these beers if you're a seasonal alcoholic like us.
Fun fact. I was bullied online on Facebook early on with a sweater that I had on. They told me it was a Fuggly sweater. So this hits home. I remember this.
That is my bad.
How long ago was that?
Oh, this was
3 weeks ago.
No, this was
Daniel's attempt at hitting on you.
Yeah, exactly. No. That was me flirting. God damn.
This was probably circa 2010.
So pretty close.
Okay, so some time ago.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
Which,
yeah.
By the way, is a long time ago.
Tiffany was 15.
I was.
All right, it's worth a shot.
But yeah, Fuggly sweater.
Okay.
I thought that was a cute sweater.
Okay.
Let's get into some history and facts.
Well, it's kind of history and facts, but it's kind of trivia. But let's roll the history and facts. I love that slide.
Got notes in your hand?
I got a whole eyelash in my eye somewhere, and I'll find it as soon as the show is over. That is our history and facts slide, which leads to trivia. So again, we are playing trivia through Kahoot. So if you're a little slow on the uptake, make sure that you go ahead and sign in. You are quickly running out of time.
We've got some great names already in here, though.
Do we?
Oh, yeah.
What do we got? Not even Fuggly Sweater is maybe might be the winner. I know who Cinnamon Must Die is. Not familiar with the G spot.
Nope, not at all.
I feel like Trey went pretty close to the chest on his name. It's Trey.
Gabriel's probably the G spot, I would imagine.
Gabriel.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I love that Twan's seen the show one time. He already knows Gabriel.
I tune in. I just don't participate sometimes.
A new start? Ain't a start.
That's a good one for the new year.
Ain't
You
a
know?
start.
God, that's gold.
I do love Arrested Development.
God, it's so good. All right.
Get this
so
thing started.
if everybody's logged in, let's do it. Let's get started. Again, with the Kahoot app, it's not just about being right. It's about who's the quickest to be right as well. So go with your gut. Don't overthink it. Go with your first choice. Kahoot!
At
At
home.
Boom.
It says. I should have just picked fuck. True story, Trey. All right. Ithaca Beer Company brews on what size system? A 30 barrel, a 50 barrel, a 90 barrel, or a 120 barrel? BBL stands for barrel.
Oh,
I know it's on. I know.
not big black liquor.
Everyone was quick on this one.
Everyone was pretty quick on it. It is a 50 barrel system, so pretty large scale brewery when you think about it. They've been around for a couple of weeks, and they're heavy distro. So 50 barrel system's a decent size system if you're kind of mid range. No, it's a pretty big system.
I was about to say, did you say decent?
I know. I love Twan's face. He's like, the fuck are you talking about?
How many barrels you got over there, Twan?
We are doing 2 barrels.
Okay, so a little different.
Just a little. I mean, I'm an Asian brewer.
I gotta go smaller.
Oh my god, I almost just spit out my beer.
God, I'm for it.
Was not expecting that.
Every now and then I'll do a double batch.
Yeah, that checks out.
We'll do a.
Oh boy, G Spot coming in hot. I need G Spot not to win this. So if everybody else could keep track, that would really help.
Hit
out.
that BBL quick.
Hit the BBL.
All right, question 2 coming up.
All right. Speaking of barrels, how many gallons of beer does a 50 barrel system produce annually? 350,000, 435,000, 620,000, or 725,000?
Oof.
I
have no idea. I can't do math.
We've talked about this on the
We
show. How
Have we?
many gallons make up a barrel of beer? 31 gallons to a barrel of beer. And if they're on a 50 gallon system, you can just punch that math in.
Okay, that
Ooh.
was actually what I was going to guess, and I'm glad that it's right.
I didn't say it was right.
It's easy
the
to say
one-
that after the answer's there.
Yeah.
It is easy to say that.
Welcome
yeah.
to Consulting Tiffany.
Well, it depends.
That's exactly what I would have
That's
thought.
what I
as
was going to say.
No, the line is it depends,
It depends.
and then you can give whatever answer you'd like.
Yeah. So that
Fingers crossed, it's right.
again, so when we joke about the size of their system on a 50 barrel system, they're putting out 620,000 gallons of beer a year.
Yeah.
Which is fucking outrageous. And that's assuming that they're brewing on a 50 barrel system once, twice, a week, 3 times. Like those numbers could be even higher if we just took the actual facts out of that. But again, a barrel of beer, 31 gallons. We've
Crazy.
talked about this on the show. Everyone who watches the show should have known that answer right off the top of their head because they're all mathematicians as well. If you can't calculate 31 times 50,000 gallons, I don't know how to help you. Oh,
Maybe taking the lead.
the G spot has fallen to the baby. Welcome to being married.
God.
Nope, nobody.
All right.
All right. When is spice generally added to a beer? Post fermentation, during the boil, during the whirlpool, or is it at the brewer's discretion? And we bring this up because tonight this is a heavily spiced beer. Again, it has a lot of ginger, nutmeg, cinnamon, clove.
Juan, when would you put in a spice?
Well, it all depends on the beer, but I usually put it into the boil.
Yep.
So that's your discretion.
Correct.
That's definitely my discretion.
Correct. So the answer is brewer's discretion, because this is a weird. I went down this rabbit hole when I looked this question up.
Yep.
And I was like, all right, actually, when should you add spice to a beer? So we made somewhat of a spiced beer. I mean, we did make a saison, but we added cardamom and coriander and a little bit of clove to the beer that we did with Tradition. And that was all post fermentation.
Because we wanted to taste what the yeast did first.
Right. So I went down this rabbit hole on this one, and everybody that talked about it online, whether they were home brewers, whether they were like commercial brewers, large scale, that's exactly what it boiled down to. Depends on the spice, depends on the beer. One of the things they were saying about adding it during the boil, though, they did say that a smaller system is better for that, because you can basically predict how those things are going to react in a small scale. It's hard to predict how they're going to react in a way larger scale, because the volumes go up and sometimes those things don't translate. Well,
that's one of the things that we've, since we started the beer saga that we're in, one of the things was that if you start home brewing, it's not a 1-for-1 when you go to the commercial size, right, because it really is that much different. So we've seen it work out poorly.
Yeah, I can tell you from the homebrew side, most homebrewers brew 5 gallons of beer.
Yeah.
When you scale up from 5 gallons to just 15 gallons, you can't multiply certain things by 3 and get the same, same efficiency, same color, same hoppiness, all that stuff. It definitely varies.
Yeah, and I think that was the biggest bone of contention on this specific topic of spice in a beer to begin with. They're like, it depends. It depends on what beer you're brewing. It depends on what size you're brewing at. It depends on how you brew. Are you brewing like electric? Are you working with, an actual glycol system? Are you brewing with this? You're brewing, because all those things are going to change when you should put that spice in and how to control the flavors of it. So it is 100% brewer's discretion, because it varies quite a bit. Oh.
All right, that is question 3 now is done, so we got to crack this thing open.
Oh, shit, yeah. Yeah, let's do that now.
Thought we already cracked it open.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Don't worry, we started. I'll pour it.
You already cracked it open?
Yeah, my bad. I forgot how the show works.
You don't know how the show works?
I forgot how the show works.
Episodes in?
It's fine.
All right, again, tonight, while Phil cracks this beer and tastes it for the first time, now that I'm halfway through it, we are doing Fuggly Sweater. It is from Ithaca Beer Company. They are out of New York. This is a dark lager, and it's brewed with ginger, cloves, nutmeg, and cinnamon. And I already have some notes on it. Okay, no. All right, what year was Ithaca Beer Company founded? Was it 98, 2000, 2002, or 2004?
I always like these questions. Why would I know this?
Oh, wow.
Because you knew what beer we were doing, so you obviously just went to their about page on their home website.
Wikipedia had this wrong.
Wikipedia is a huge proponent of how I research and change the history of beer. No, so it is 1998, and the only reason I threw this one in there is because when you really think about it, so we're in 2024. Tuan, you're about to have your 2nd anniversary with your brewery. Some of the OG breweries in our area were maybe early 2000s at best. 1998 is a long time to be a commercial brewery and a successful brewery.
Well, and that's right around when the craft beer scene was booming, or starting, in the sense that it was now, a lot of the weird laws had been changed in the mid-90s, I think.
Yeah, you couldn't spank your wife anymore. You couldn't.
Boo.
You said weird laws.
Those are called blue laws.
Oh, blue laws. Yeah, that's my bad.
Yeah, I would say that 10-year span. Correct me if I'm wrong. If anybody, I know I see Marcus and some other big brewers in here, but between 98 and let's say 2008, I mean, those were like baby steps when it comes to the beer industry, as far as craft beer industry and all these smaller craft breweries opening up. Aside from some of the big boys right now, Sierra Nevada and Yingling and all those guys, but yeah, it just seems like that was like the baby steps of those years. So yeah, I had no idea Ithaca opened up that early.
Yeah, I didn't either, and I've had several of their beers. Like over the years, like I recognized their branding, I knew who they were, but
yeah,
I didn't realize they were that old.
You kind of wonder in '98 how many barrels they started with.
Yeah,
that was originally a question. And then I couldn't find a specific answer for it. I found some like folklore online of people talking about it, but I didn't have a trusted source, so I couldn't bring it to an important platform like this where it could be wrong.
Yeah,
but it starts.
I'd imagine that they started on a smaller system because it.
We didn't start on 50 barrels in 1998.
Well, even like
yes.
Even starting on a 10 barrel system, I think they would be smaller than that.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, you and I spoke about this earlier, like, the literature of opening up a brewery in the, pre 2015.
Yeah.
Like everyone told you like to go big and to grow into your space and this and that. But 98, I mean, I'd imagine they were doing small batches.
Yeah.
It was like out of a garage.
Yeah. Yeah, he probably opened up an LLC in his garage or something and sold it to his friends or something,
Yeah. Luckily, his friends were Sierra Nevada, so it's gone pretty well.
Yeah, right.
He had two friends, Sierra and Nevada. Oh, Cinnamon must die, making a rise.
G-Spot has stayed in the same place the whole time.
No, it moved consistently.
That's a good move.
Stay consistent, G-Spot.
That's right.
All right.
All right. How many new beers did Daniel log through Untapped in 2023?
Oh, snap.
307? 375?
I don't think any of these numbers are high enough.
400 or 404?
I looked at mine too when I saw that this was one of the questions.
Man, that's some good numbers.
Those are pretty low numbers.
You think so?
Yeah.
Daniel, that's pretty low.
Well,
Okay.
I only logged like half of my beers, which means that you probably didn't log.
I logged like half of my beers.
Right. Well, I logged even. I didn't even look. It's probably like 200 is like what I logged.
Yeah.
Because I just had a lot going on this year.
I didn't have anything going on, so I logged 400 beers, which was nice.
Yeah.
No, but it's.
Hope you enjoyed the wedding.
It was a blast.
Logged in 4 beers that night.
Yeah, 100%. Actually, they were ciders. I don't know if you can call them beers. We had this argument. Phil wasn't present.
I don't want to be present for that.
Phil, you looked at yours as well?
Yeah, and it's crazy because the year before, obviously since doing the show, my numbers were high. The year before I did like 500 something, and then since I moved to St. Martin, this year it was 120 like 4.
Right. Yeah.
So much lower, which is crazy.
I'm interested in how many I've done this year.
Yeah. So the interesting thing is, we use Untapped for the show. So we do support the app where we pay for it annually, which gives you a shit ton more statistics on what you're doing throughout the year.
And the ability to more finite rate.
Correct. Yeah. So we can rate beers differently as a supporter. We can track our beers differently as supporters. Time for that,
though, but yes, you could.
Right. But if I have a statistics button on my Untapped where it'll tell me how many new beers I checked in annually or by the month, by the week, how many new venues I went to annually, by the month, by the week, whatever I want. So 400 is actually a little low for me. But I'm with Tiffany.
Well, we also, for the record, we do tasters, so we'll each do like a flight, and that will count for 8 beer check.
Does it compare you to folks that have checked in more than that?
I
mean, can you see that?
No, it's
so
not.
you can't give out personal. It's like HIPAA. Like you can't give out other people's personal beer information.
No, I was gonna say it's not like Spotify where it tells you like the percentage of like listeners.
Oh, thank God the G Spot didn't win. I'd have fucking God damn it.
It's baby, right?
Did the baby win?
The baby
The
one?
baby. All I can think of. I believe in the late 90s, everyone was craving better beer and distro boomed. All the OGs, they grew very fast. Equipment back then was nothing of today, and it was a Frankenstein setup, even at growth. Then as manufacturers grew, it vacant easier.
It became easier.
Yeah, around 2010-ish is when microbreweries started popping up at a rapid rate, and now here we are.
Thank you, Marcus.
Thank you, Marcus.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I just feel like the industry has gone from, in a short period, was sort of a I don't know, a beer boom where a lot of folks open up breweries to try to get rich quick because that was the boom.
Mm-hmm.
And now 2023, I think we're having a lot of folks falling off pretty rapidly.
Yep.
Because of that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's been consistent in some of the trends of the industry.
Well, I mean, it booms, right? And so it's a supply and demand. It's just economics.
Here we go, Biden.
No, but
Hunter Biden's laptop over here.
No. But
She's got it under her shirt.
You have to keep up with your peers, and if you're producing decent beer, and all of a sudden there's 8 other options, like there's only so much that you can do. Or if your menu isn't good, like there's things that you need to do to compete in a crowded market.
Well, yeah, you open up a brewery, you brew beer, you get a boom in real quick because you're trying to make money quick, but your focus is not on brewing beer. Your focus is on making money. So I think that's where the fault is. So yeah. I think the cream is rising to the top. So we have to make better beer to keep better people in. So
yep,
the mouse.
I agree. 2 mice fell in a bucket of cream
of milk or whatever cream. No, it's cream.
Sorry, yeah, I know.
Sorry, I apologize for.
Well, since we are talking about beer, shall we review this beer?
Let's review this goddamn beer. Yeah, let's do it. All right. This is the portion of the show we're going to review this beer. Twan doesn't have it, so he's going to sit awkwardly.
I really wish I had this beer.
Yeah, it's okay.
Hurry. I won't finish this, and you can just come over.
Tonight we are doing Fuggly Sweater from Ithaca Beer Company out of New York. This is a dark lager brewed with ginger, cloves, nutmeg, and cinnamon. And Tiffany just took her first sip, so Phil, I'm going to let you go first.
Yeah, I've been sipping this while we were playing the game. I'm trying to figure out kind of where I want to score this, because to me it's a beer I feel like I've had a million times. There's nothing in it that's like exciting, but I also know that Ithaca, they run on a 60 barrel system, so they are making beer that shouldn't like knock you out of the park. You know, they're making the beer for everyone, and this is a pretty calm beer.
Yep.
None of these spices are really flying out at me. They're all just kind of hanging out. Like it's a good beer. I'm not going to say it's not a good beer. But I don't know if it qualifies to have such a great name.
Sure.
So in general, this just seems like an annual beer that would just come out. It's good. It's enjoyable. But it's a 3.75 for me. I just don't want it to hit a 4.
You know what I love about this, Phil, is that you've been gone just long enough to get some beer sense about you. Because that review is so spot on. This is, don't get me wrong, you can taste a little bit of all the flavors that are listed on the can in this beer. But it is kind of like a base level nostalgia beer in the sense that, oh, it's a Christmas beer. It tastes like Christmas. Nothing really crazy about it. Nothing really knocks me off my socks about it. Granted, as a dark lager, I like the idea that it's a dark lager with all these spices in it, because it's the color of it's not quite a dark lager. It's got a lot of red in it that you can't really see. So the visual of it's a bit prettier. The nose on it is a bit better than just your standard dark lager. So I like that aspect of it, but I agree with you 100%. I think it's a mass-produced beer that is mass-produced for a reason because it's a 3.75. If it was a 5, it wouldn't be mass-produced.
Because it just means that it's not cost-effective. Usually if it's a 5, they have such high ingredient costs that they can't mass-produce.
Correct.
Because you can tell.
So I think this is a great beer. I would drink this beer around this time frame every year. No problem. Any day of the week. But yeah, 3.75 for me as well.
All right. I'm kind of in the same boat. It almost is like a little astringent at the end, and I think it's probably just the spices.
Okay.
But it's like it's not a bad beer.
At best.
I mean, you all hit the nail on the head with it. I think it's extremely well balanced. It sat long enough for everything to be like cohesive as far as a flavor profile. Like the lager is
lagery.
Yeah, I mean, lagers are unexciting for a reason. They are your like standard
They're the
drinking
most
beers.
exciting.
Yeah, 3.75. Again, anything over 3.5. I think that's what we say, 3.5 or anything over 3.
Oh, it's a great beer.
Yeah.
And a little MSG would go a long ways with
Umami.
this. Don't pander to Twan.
Is Trey? Is he Asian?
No, he is not. Actually, I don't know. Maybe.
He'll let us know in a second.
He'll let us know.
MSG.
All right, so that's his show score of 3.75. That's out of 5 bottle caps, just like Tiffany said. 3.75 is a great score. It's definitely a drinkable
drink it
beer.
again. It's just not anything that
I would drink it every Christmas.
Yeah.
Fun label. It's fun
It's
to probably pass
Fuggly
around.
label.
It's probably fun to bring a 6-pack of this to your family during family gatherings.
Especially if they're religious. You can be like, oh, don't worry, I brought my Fuggly Sweater, Grandma.
You're definitely walking around with this beer because of the can art, not because of the beer.
Which is part of the reason I grabbed it.
I think that's fair.
I mean, that's the discussions that we have sometimes. Is, it's the name of the beer, the way the label looks, and then until you crack it open, you really don't know the taste of it. So.
Phil's a big label guy, so he will
Big
preach
can
it.
art.
Because of the label? Nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I only buy beer based off labels or names.
I'll be honest. If I saw a Fuggly Sweater on the shelf, I'd probably buy it.
Yeah, 100%.
And you bring it to that Christmas party, and you'd be like, "Here we go."
That's right.
It's perfect.
For local folks like yourself, Twan, we got this at
Early Birds. Yeah, out of Pocosin.
So thanks, Early Birds.
Thanks, Earl. Thanks,
We
Sam.
like Earl and Early Birds and all
Earl and Early. I love that that's your idea, that's where they got their name from.
that. I have no idea.
Yeah, they're
but
Early
it
Birds
fits.
because Earl is one of the owners.
Yeah.
It's like, no, that doesn't connect.
And then the other owner is named Lee. Not
No,
really.
he's not.
That's his middle name. So Earl Lee.
Ugh.
Bird.
We got one more goddamn second on the show. Phil, just roll the footage. I
We
think
got
you know
time?
what it is. Yeah, we got time. We gotta make it quick.
Gotta go quick.
Gotta go quick. All right, we're out of time. I didn't realize that slide was that long. So this is the portion of the show where we're going to take one quick second to talk about what we wish was actually beer versus what it is. Whether it's from your whole life, if you're Twan, about your childhood, or if it's something from this week that you're upset about. Tiffany puts a lot of these together every week, so I'm going to let her go first.
Well, so I have a notepad in my phone, and I was
We're out of
trying
time.
to read through it. None of these are good, or they've already been used, so I had to come up with a new one. I wish washing my hair was beer. You don't really need to convince me that I need to drink a beer. It's pretty much like, oh yeah, cool, like great, I will 100% do that. Washing my hair is a chore, and I probably should have done it. And
You
I
need to
didn't.
explain to people that you have curly hair and you don't have to wash your hair every day. Because for the average person, I'm like, oh my God, wash your goddamn hair, sicko.
I don't wash my hair every day because my hair is curly, which is naturally dry. It's usually every like 3 days. Show days are usually wash days.
Show days are big wash days.
Not today. Had to take Charlie into the vet to get his nails clipped.
And
pick
that's
up
our
his
oldest
heart
son.
card. No, it's a dog.
That's my
So.
bad. Phil, what do you
Why
got?
there's so many vets in Vietnam?
I wish that electric car chargers were beer because I could easily find a beer everywhere I go, but I can't always find an electric car charger. And that is because I rented one to drive from New York to Boston. And I really wanted to I knew it was going to be a bad idea. But I really wanted to know how people are driving distances on electric cars. So I was like, I'm going to just do this. I had nowhere really to be. So
Yeah.
And it's not easy. It's easy to find
not easy.
stations, but some are slow chargers, some are fast chargers. If you don't have a Tesla, you're completely screwed.
100%.
And you would park and it would be like, this will be charged in 6 hours. And you're like, what am I supposed to do for 6 hours? So
The windows tinted?
Hmm?
Are the windows tinted?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I got 6 hours then.
A nap?
First
Yeah,
world
man.
problem.
You're not lasting 6 hours.
Don't out me on the internet.
So that was mine.
I love it. I'm gonna quick breeze through a few more before we get to Tuan. Katie wishes.
Nope, that's Abby.
That's Abby. Hold on. I wish my office sticky notes were beer.
No reason though.
I could just reach in the cooler for them instead of ordering them. Katie wishes that cold virus were actually beer because I'd be lit right now.
Theraflu for the win.
Theraflu for the win.
Oh, a
Also-
lot of sickos.
Marcus, I wish the flu was
Got
a
a lot of
beer.
sickos in here.
Yeah, since my assistant has been sick and 2 brew days paperwork and all the cellar work this week. That sucks. All right. Vera wishes East Coast New Year's Eve parties were beer. PSA, always stick to an East Coast IPA. That sounds dangerous. All right, Twan, I assume you have something that you wish was beer.
I'd probably say I wish winter was beer so I could just drink it and forget about it
Oh, Jesus.
and be on to spring.
Yep, I'm for
Not
it.
a fan
So-
of winter, huh?
Yeah.
It's real cold.
Yeah, just cold weather. Now that I'm older, like my bones ache and it's telling me that it's going to be 32 degrees tomorrow. I'm like,
I love
Why?
that you Freudian slipped and said, now that my buns ache. Like, why'd your butt hurt so bad, man? Just
well,
relax.
that means it's probably going to rain tomorrow. You
That's my wrist.
got to listen to your body.
Yeah, I do every day.
He complains a lot.
I masturbate a lot. That's what I was.
I can tell.
That's what I was saying.
Oh,
Okay,
His body's trying to kill him. I can
yeah.
tell.
okay.
it's also the lack of sunlight for me, Kevin. Not sure what we're talking about, but
The outside.
Kevin is
sunshine
Batman.
is less.
outside is rough. All right, the only thing I wish was beer were our chickens. Because when I'm done with a beer, I can just throw it in the trash. But when we're done with a chicken, I gotta cut its head off and make sure that I give it a proper burial, and I can't leave it in the woods for other predators to find.
Chicken soup.
Nah, they're at this point dying of like stress and or.
So that's
old
all I
age.
got. I wish my chickens were beer.
It
We'll
stinks.
save that for next week's episode. I want to hear more about those.
Yeah,
What's
I got
going on in that chicken coop?
Wait, speaking of next week's episode, before we cut out, we do have a guest on next week's episode as well. We are going to be doing a non-alcoholic beer. It's from
For all of you
Momentum Brewery.
celebrating like I did last year.
Correct, not celebrating. For all you commiserating with Dry January, we're doing a NA beer next week. This is actually a new NA brewery out of New York, Momentum Brewing. They were kind enough to send us the beer, and they agreed to be on the show next week. So this one is a hazy IPA, which is a bold move for an NA. They also have a golden ale that we're going to have on the show as well. So I'm excited for that show. It'll be really interesting. I'm interested to try that hazy IPA. That's
Yeah.
it.
I'm loving that can art already. I'll say that right there.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
you serious, Clark?
Saying it early. Loving it.
Saying it early.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first.
We're a fan of athletic brewing, but that can are definitely as appealing.
Oh,
Yeah.
much better. Yeah, 100%. You know why? Because it looks like probably like a White Claw or something else.
Well,
that
it's a
would be,
slim can.
It's a slim can.
Which is fun.
It's dark. It's
Which is fun.
we'll get into this next week. Twan from 1700. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you hanging out this day.
Congrats
thanks for
on
having
2
me.
years.
Yeah, congrats on 2 years, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Hope to see you guys out there, and like we always do, we'll have a good time.
Yeah, we'll see you Saturday, and I will wear this shirt.
I might wear my shirt as well. So
I'll wear this one.
Damn it! Let's take a picture.
hell yeah.
Oh my God. We got to have the not chocolate cookie that's famous one. And if you guys both, I'll be in the middle of the white shirt and we'll do black shirt.
Oh, the
Use your shirts.
the cookies and cream picture.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think you're allowed to do those cream photos on.
Oh yes, you are, soldier.
No.
Nope.
Nope.
All right. Well,
Let's turn this shit off. We do this every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you follow along with us. Follow us on social media. And come stop by next weekend. I
This
think we're doing it
weekend.
Thursday, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Our next
We
show.
are next
Yeah, I
show.
don't care about Twan. We already plugged
Oh.
the fuck out of that.
If you're in Newport News, Virginia, check out 75.
I apologize.
Woo,
all right.
woo.
And we're done. That's
That's
it.
it.
That's the whole episode. You can just close it
I
out
can't
now.
even.
Woo, woo. Thank you
That's
guys.
how it ends.
No one should be allowed to close the show out except for Tiffany.
It is the best.
It's fun.
It's documentably the worst.
Oh, yeah. No, I know.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Everyone's fine.
We're living this.
Oh,